MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Panther Softball once again. 345 days removed from the last Panther game before it was cut short with the COVID-19 virus, put a spiral on all kinds of athletics, but most of all, the softball and baseball schedules respectively. And I am glad to be here along with Jeff Stivers, bringing you this first district game between the Medina Valley Panthers and the McCollum Cowgirls. Coach Buentello for Medina Valley filled up her lineup card as follows. Leading off and playing second base, Gabby Casino. Batting second and playing shortstop, Aliana Salazar. Batting third and playing third base, Madison Guerrero. Batting fourth and playing first base, Katie Burris. Batting fifth and in the pitching spot will be Trista Miller. Batting sixth will be the catcher, Hayden Renslow. Batting seventh will be the center fielder, Kaylee Upton. Batting eighth will be the right fielder, Aubrey Dominguez. Batting ninth will be the left fielder, Mackenzie Kennedy. And your designated player will be Lauren Hendrickson. For the home team, McCollum Cowgirls, Coach Gallegos filled out her lineup card as follows. Leading off and doing the pitching, Dom Guerrero. Batting second, playing shortstop, Alexis Martinez. Batting third and playing third base, Maddie Espinosa. Batting fourth and doing the catching, America Ramirez. Batting fifth and playing center field, Devlin Hughes. Batting sixth and playing left field, Rosalind Rodriguez. Batting seventh and playing first base, Emma Quintero. Batting eighth and playing right field, Alina Bonaccini. And batting ninth and playing second base, Gabby Hernandez. As we mentioned, is the first district ball game between the two teams. And Jeff, Medina Valley season, as all of them got cut short last year, so you have quite a few new players hitting the field for Medina Valley. What do you think the expectations are for Medina Valley this year going into district play?
Number one, I think the first expectation will be, let's get out on the field and let's stay on the field for a while, Maury. Let's get out there and let's have some fun again. Gone are lots of good seniors, but Coach Monteo returns a good core also. Their weak point will be their pitching staff. Their strength will be their offense. So the expectation is, let's outscore our opponents. You do have a returning all-district player in Trista Miller as a pitcher. She's proven. She could have been the number one last year possibly. She will be the number one again this year. The second pitcher is unproven, Lauren Hendrickson. That will be, because we're not sure how Coach Monteo will handle the season, if she'll pitch Trista Miller in every game, but you would assume that she's probably not going to be able to pitch every game.
Right.
So how are you going to be able to keep her minutes or her innings down and her pitch counts down? Put a good defense behind her, hit the ball, score some runs, and Medina Valley should do some good. Now, Maury, I do want to point out one thing. When the season ended last year, these two teams were in a different district, okay? They were both in different districts, 26-5A and 28-5A, something like that. McCollum was leading their district. Southwest was leading our district. McCollum's not going to be a pushover this year. They're going to be a quality ball club, and they always have been.
Yeah, they always have been.
McCollum's going to be tough, and I see some girls that look like they could swing the bat over there on their team. So this will be a great first matchup for both teams, even though Medina Valley didn't have their matchup last Tuesday with Southwest because of Snowvid. But this will be the first district game, and we're looking forward to bringing you as many games this year as possible.
Well, you talked about outscoring the other teams. You're bringing back a couple of your big hitters, Katie Burris and Madison Guerrero, and they're batting third and fourth respectively in the lineup. But you're going to need some of those new gals out there to step it up and play some tough situations, situational softball. And Coach Montello's famous for putting the people in the right position, and we'll see how it works this year.
Well, we have definitely a couple of veterans here. You got Cancino in there leading off, who's been seeing a lot of action since her freshman year. Madison Guerrero, who could be one of the best hitters in the district this year.
She started out as a freshman on the varsity at third base.
Right. Katie Burris, who was the offensive MVP of the district 2 years ago. Trista Miller, who was probably on her way to being a first-team pitcher last year. And Hayden Renslow, who was catching her last year. So you have a freshman in center field, an unproven freshman in Kaylee Upton. And not sure, I don't know much about Aubrey Dominguez. Mackenzie Kennedy is another freshman who comes from that group. That group of freshmen was the last group to win a Pony World Series. Yeah, so you've got some experience there. And then, of course, you got Lauren Hendrickson in the lineup also. And we're not really sure who's going to start pitching because the way Coach Mateo sets her lineup, it's always a little tricky.
It's always a little mystery of what.
It's always a little tricky,
So they've just announced the starting lineups, and I believe we're going to play the national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break and be back for first pitch of this ball game. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab, posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado, posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Dom Guerrero in the center for the Cowgirls. Back behind the plate, America Ramirez. So the battery made of Guerrero and Ramirez for the Cowgirls. Panthers will send to the plate. Top three, Casino, Salazar, Guerrero. Middle three, Burris, Miller, Renslow. Bottom three, Upton, Dominguez, and Kennedy. Right-handed batter will step in the square for the Panthers, and the season is just about underway. Jeff and I have been waiting 345 days for this.
Absolutely, and we want to thank the sponsors that have made it possible throughout the broadcast. Please support our sponsors that are making this possible. And if you would like to there's still lots of room available. If you'd like to advertise your business, please give me a call, 830-931-4504. We can get you a commercial.
Or shoot you an email.
Or shoot me an email, jeff@mvbn.net. Or Facebook me, or tweet me, or
however
kinds
possible
of ways to get a hold of me.
All right, we're ready for the first pitch. Casino steps in. Guerrero throws the rubber in the circle for the Cowgirls.
No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. Still scoreless.
Guerrero, first pitch is outside corner, strike one. Good location on that first pitch by Guerrero. Righty versus righty matchup to start the ball game. Coach Brentello down at third base for Medina Valley. Guerrero checks the wristband. And the 0-1 pitch. Change up low, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aliana Salazar waiting on deck for the Panthers. In tight about 3/4 of the way in on the corners. Guerrero checking the wristband. And the 1-1 pitch. It's lifted foul out of play, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Maury, the Panthers lost a lot of seniors from last year's team, but they still returned 4 or 5 starters from last year's team too. So a lot of good players coming back.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Casino. She leads off for the Panthers here in the first. The 1-2 pitch. Change up. That's lifted into center field. Center fielder in. Will not make the play. So a leadoff single by Casino. Panthers have the first base runner and the first hit of the ball game.
And that changeup's going to be easy to spot, Maury. It just floats in there. Her fastball's not overpowering, so she was able to adjust and keep her hands back and just poke it out into center field. And that gives you some space, some speed on the bases.
Well, and the outfielders having to respect a little bit because the wind is blowing out to wards right to left. So that'll bring up Aliana Salazar, the shortstop for Medina Valley. Another right-handed stick in the lineup. Guerrero delivers. Bunt down. Beautiful bunt right in front of catcher in 1 play only, and that was the first base.
It was a good play by the catcher.
Great
she got up
play.
Out of there and made a great pickup. I mean, the ball didn't go but about 3 feet in front of the home plate.
And a great stretch by Quintero there at first base. So that's going to be a sacrifice.
Salazar did her job.
That's going to be a sacrifice. That's going to be a 1-3 or 2-3 put out if you're scoring at home for out number 1.
So many times, Maury, people are trying to drag bunt on a sacrifice
trying
bunt.
to bunt for a hit.
That was a sacrifice bunt.
Yep.
She did her job.
You're giving yourself up. You're giving.
She comes from a long line of softball players, so she understands the importance of that position.
Guerrero now leads off and takes the first pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Gabby Casino is your runner at second base. Slightly open stance is Guerrero. The 1-0 pitch is low, down in the dirt, 2-0. Throw down to second, not in time. Casino back in. 2 balls and no strikes to the right-handed batting third baseman for Medina Valley. Leadoff single by Casino and then a beautiful sacrifice bunt by Salazar. Guerrero back on the 2-0 pitch to Medina Valley's. Guerrero is low. 3 balls and no strikes. Katie Burris waits on deck for the Panthers.
Yeah, the thing is, you really can't pitch around Guerrero.
No. You got first base open, but you got Burris on deck.
Open. You really can't pitch around her.
Well, and
you got
that's
to pick your poison. You want to go after Guerrero or you want to go after Burris?
That's why you stack them like that. Pick your poison. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, runner at second. Gonna be a high strike called.
They did.
So 3 balls and 1 strike. Taken all the way was Guerrero.
Now Tristan's going in.
And Dom Guerrero with the strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, runner at second, 1 out. Top of the first. The 3-1 pitch. That's lifted back foul. 3 balls and 2 strikes now as Guerrero's battled back from 3-0 to 3-2.
You know, and that 3-1 pitch there was really not a pitch that Guerrero should have even been considering. That pitch was out and away from her, and she tried to get on top of it, and it probably would have been ball 4.
That probably would have been ball 4, exactly. Full count now, though, to the third baseman, Guerrero. Casino at second base with 1 out. The pitch is low, ball 4. So the Panthers with runners at first and second. Katie Burris at the plate for Medina Valley. Big right-handed batter for the Panthers. All-district MVP 2 years ago for Medina Valley. Offensive player of the year in district. So
She hadn't had many cuts, though, Maury, as they just finished their basketball playoffs.
Finished last Friday. So she's probably had, 3 days of practice? 2 days?
Possibly, but I'm sure her dad's had her in the
Oh, I'm sure. First pitch is outside corner, strike one. Good location there, pitching away from Burris.
Snow and ice and everything.
Yeah.
She was probably hitting snowballs.
No balls, one strike to the big right-handed batter for Medina Valley, batting in the cleanup hole. Guerrero stares at the wristband. The 0-1 pitch is a floater high, changeup, way out of the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runners on, Casino at second and Guerrero at first. 1 out. Panthers bat here in the top of the first. The 1-1 pitch from Guerrero. That's low, 2 balls and 1 strike. You got good speed at second base, so base hit, unless it's sharply hit at one of the outfielders, probably should play to run for Medina Valley. As Ramirez goes and visits her battery mate in the circle. A little bit of encouragement there by America Ramirez behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on. Scoreless here in the top of the first. Burris settles in a slightly open stance. Guerrero with the 2-1 pitch. That's outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Trista Miller waits on deck for Medina Valley. It doesn't get any easier with Miller in the circle. She can put the pep in the softball also. Dangerous pitch here for Guerrero. Do you give in on a 3-1 count? Pitch is on the way. Base hit. Oh, it's in the air. It's going to be deep, 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 and Barfield will not hold it. That's a Burris bomb. A 3-run shot on a 3-1 pitch. Burris just sat back, Jeff, and gave that one a ride. And it was just a matter of just how long it was going to take to get out of the park.
So the opposite happened there as with Guerrero's at bat. Guerrero went after that pitch that was out and away. Burris got a 3-1 pitch right in there, right down the pipe, and she made him pay. So good start for the season for the Panthers and Katie Burris.
3 RBIs for Burris. That's going to bring up Trista Miller for Medina Valley. At least then I just said Guerrero's got to pick her poison. Do you want to challenge her? And she challenged her, and Burris just sat on it. And I teased her before the game. I said, Katie, the wind's blowing out to left field. And she said, yeah, I noticed that already. So a 3-run shot puts the Panthers ahead early in the first. Trista Miller now steps in for the Panthers. Another righty-righty matchup, and the first pitch is outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. Guerrero taking a long time in between pitches. The 1-0 pitch, and that's lifted into right field. Right fielder coming in about a few steps and makes it basket catch for out number 2. That's F9 if you're scoring at home for the second out of the ball game. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 12, Hayden Renslow. Another right-handed batter in the Panthers lineup. Upton waits on deck. Should Renslow keep the first inning going, but the Panthers have scratched 3 runs across. Leadoff single by Casino, sacrificed by Salazar, base on balls, and then a home run by Burris. First pitch is a shot to second base. Second baseman in. Quick throw over to first for out number 3. That scores 4-3 for out number 3. We're scoring at home, but for the Panthers. 3 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on base after half an inning. It's Medina Valley 3. McCollum coming to bat. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers with 3 runs in the top of the first, a 3-run Burris bomb for Medina Valley. Coach Gallegos filled out her lineup card as follows. Top 3, Guerrero, Martinez, Espinosa. Middle 3, Ramirez, Hughes, Rodriguez. Bottom 3, Quintero, Bonaccini, and Hernandez. Lauren Hendrickson will be in the circle for Medina Valley. Her battery mate will be Hayden Renslow. Finishes up the warm-up tosses. Panthers meet in the circle. And we're ready for the bottom of the first. Dom Guerrero leading off. Left-handed hitter here for the Cowgirls. Guerrero playing about 3/4 of the way down third base. And the first pitch is a strike called outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Jeff, if I'm correct, I know it was an abbreviated season, but Hendrickson was on the JV last year, correct?
Yes, she pitched for the JV team last year.
So this is the first action on the varsity level. Strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes, working away from Guerrero. Both of those pitches on the outside part of the black. No balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. Hendrickson back in there quick. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strikeout to start the ball game. Strikeout swinging for out number 1.
Good way for Hendrickson to start her varsity career.
That's going to bring up the shortstop, Alexis Martinez. Righty versus righty this matchup. 1 out, bottom of the first. Hendrickson delivers. That's a shot down third base, but it will be foul. As Martinez just sat on that one and drove it, but just foul. Kennedy out there roaming the left field area for Medina Valley. Hendrickson stares in. And the 0-1 pitch. Change up for a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Panthers with Burris at first, Casino at second, Salazar short, Guerrero third. Upton in center field, Dominguez in right field, and Kennedy in left field. Hendrickson with the 0-2 pitch, backs Martinez off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first, Medina Valley on top 3-0. A 3-run Burris bomb in the top of the inning. The 1-2 pitch, change up outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2, 1 out. And the pitch, backs her off again. Full count. Martinez was down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, but it fought back. It's full count now. Payoff pitch coming to the number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Cowgirls. Full count pitch. Ground ball is short third. Guerrero gets it. The long throw over. Not in time as it bounced off Guerrero's glove. The throw to first gets by Burris. And that's going to be it's a hard hit ball, Jeff. That's a hard one to score, but I think that's one Guerrero thinks she should have had it at third base.
It was right at her. It should be, it's an E5.
Going to be an E5 and then another E5 on the throw. So back-to-back errors have runners at second base with 1 out.
Well, actually, I think more you just give her one.
Give her the one.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up Maddie Espinosa, the third baseman, and that's a shot in the gap. That's going to score 1 run off the bottom of the fence, and she's going to try to go to second. The throw is not in time. Safe. A stand-up double by Espinosa. That scores Martinez, so the error comes back to haunt Medina Valley.
Batting number 4, number 13.
That's going to be the cleanup batter now. The catcher, America Ramirez, with a runner at second. 3-1 is your score now with 1 out. Pitch is lifted up, and it's going to go out of play. Foul ball. No balls and 1 strike. Leadoff strikeout, and then an error, and then a 1-out double by Espinosa. 3-1 now is your new score. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. The 0-1 pitch, that's low in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hendrickson with the pitch, the 1-1 delivery. He's way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Catcher Ramirez at the plate for the Cowgirls. Hendrickson with the 2-1 pitch, and that's low. 3 balls and 1 strike. She hasn't been close these last 3 pitches.
You know, one thing you can't do, Maury, and we know that Lauren's unexperienced, but you can't go in there and start throwing a bunch of balls. If they're going to hit it, let them hit it.
Yeah, you got your defense behind you. The 3-1 inside, ball 4. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Is he going to bring up the center fielder, Devlin Hughes, another right-handed batter for the Cowgirls. Good-looking athlete standing in there. Hendrickson needs to throw some strikes here. 3-1 is your score. The first pitch is a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. And, Jeff, right now, if I'm Coach Cajegas, I give your batters to take until Hendrickson can throw a strike.
It's early in the game. You tell your batters to go up there with a lot of confidence, and if she floats one over the plate,
make them pay for it.
Take a rip. This early in the game. Now, if you're late in the game, absolutely, and there's you go, Maury.
Strike 1, evens the count.
It was a low strike, so it's not one that she was really looking for up in her eyes. So
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on, 3-1.
You're 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Ground ball is short. Shortstop the third for out number 1. Well, got the lead runner. That's a good play. Great play by the shortstop there for the Panthers. Salazar over to Guerrero. Got the lead runner. Fielder's choice if you're scoring at home for use. Espinosa will be retired 6-5 for out number 2. Roslyn Rodriguez, the batter now for the Cowgirls. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Ground ball to second. Over to first, Casino Tuberis for out number 2. Or out number 3, excuse me. One score 4-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. But for the Cowgirls, 1 run on 1 hit, 2 left on base. After 1, it's Medina Valley 3. McCollum 1. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. 3-1 is your score after 1. Panthers will send to the plate Upton, Dominguez, and Kennedy. 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup for the Panthers. Guerrero finishes her warm-up pitches. Romero down to second, and the Cowgirls meet in the circle.
Number 6, center Katie Upton.
Upton, the center fielder, will lead off for the Panthers. Righty versus righty will be the matchup. So let's see how Guerrero handles her second inning after giving up a 3-run shot to Burris in the first.
Or you're echoing, or you? I think we're echoing.
I was echoing on that one. Ball backs her off. 1 ball and no strikes. Upton gets the signs from Coach Quintello at third. Now steps in. Guerrero checks the wristband. And the 1-0 pitch is a strike called outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aubrey Dominguez waits on deck for the Panthers. Mackenzie Kennedy in the hole for the Panthers. 7, 8, and 9. Guerrero with the 1-1 pitch. Check swing, just a little bit high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. He's called that pitch once before. Has he called that a strike on Guerrero, Madison Guerrero in the first inning? 2 balls and 1 strike. Upton leads off here in the second. High, 3 balls and 1 strike. If you've just joined us, some fireworks in the first inning. 3 runs for the Panthers, 1 run for the Cowgirls. We're in the top of the second with no outs. Upton leading off here for the Panthers. The 3-1 pitch. Right back at Guerrero. Guerrero knocks it down, and the first base for out number 1. The coach is going to go check on that one because that was lined right back up the middle where it came from. Guerrero got a glove on it, bounced off of her a little bit, but she stuck with it. Hopefully she'll be okay. 1-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 1. That's the 3rd ground out of the ball game so far out of the 4 outs. And I think it's going to take a lot more than that to get Guerrero out of the circle for the Cowgirls. but it was a pretty good shot back up the middle. And a great job as she shakes it off. Good job. Great job. It's going to bring up the right fielder for the Panthers in the 8th spot, Aubrey Dominguez. Oh, they're going to let Guerrero throw a couple of pitches here, which is good. See if she can regroup here. So 3-1 is your score here. Through 1 in the 3rd. Couple of warm-up pitches allowed for Guerrero. Now she's back in the circle. Dominguez steps in for the Panthers. Slightly open stance for Dominguez. Right on top of the plate, changeup outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Wind continues to blow from right to left.
It's interesting, though, Maury, to see some of these younger girls getting an opportunity to bat now. This is Dominguez, you said, right?
Yes.
And what position is she playing?
Right field tonight.
Field. Okay.
Two balls and no strikes. She made a great play on the throwing error by Guerrero at first base. Got on that ball quick and allowed only one base after that.
Upton hit the ball really, really well. You know, right back at
right back at Guerrero, yeah.
Good to see, although she comes up with nothing.
The 2-0 pitch. That's foul back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 2nd, 3-1 in favor of Medina Valley. Guerrero with the 2-1 pitch. And that's low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Mackenzie Kennedy waits on deck for Medina Valley. Real deliberate is Guerrero in the circle. 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fills up the count now. Dominguez needs to guard the plate with a full count. 1 out. Panthers bat in the top of the 2nd. If you've just joined us, we started a little bit early because the JV game ended early. That's a shot in the center field. Center fielder 2 steps back and makes the play. F8 if you're scoring at home for out number 2.
Out number 2.
That's going to bring up the left fielder, Mackenzie Kennedy. Another freshman, you said, Jeff? So Kennedy steps in now with 2 outs in the 2nd. Straight up stance for Kennedy. The first pitch to Guerrero, and that's outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Guerrero with the 1-0 pitch. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, no runners on as the Panthers bat here in the top of the 2nd with a 2-run lead. The 2-0 pitch. Ball low, 3 balls and no strikes.
Sorry, Maury, I'm not much help to you right now, but I'll be back over there here shortly.
You must have somebody pitching for the Bobcats tonight, huh?
He's on the hill.
Tristan's on the hill for a 2nd inning of work. Congratulations for him. got a save earlier in the week against BYU. 3 balls and no strikes now is the count to Kennedy. Taking all the way, ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Kennedy. That came with 2 outs. Let's see if Panthers can make them pay. Going back to the top of the order now with Gabby Casino. She led off with a single and came around and scored the first run for the Panthers. 1 for 1 with a run scored. Kennedy, your runner at first with 2 outs. Slightly open stance is Casino. First pitch to Gabby is high outside. 1 ball and no strikes. That's 5 straight balls now for Guerrero.
Yeah, with 2 outs, I wouldn't be surprised to see Buenteo putting Mackenzie in motion.
Kennedy in motion. Got good speed.
You do have your leadoff batter up.
Long stare in by Guerrero. The 1-0 pitch. Strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on with 2 outs in the top of the second. Guerrero toes the rubber. The 1-1 pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Seems like when she misses, Jeff, most of them are low. Missed only a couple times high, but she's missed quite a bit with balls in the dirt. Good job by Ramirez behind the plate of keeping everything in front of her. A long stare in now. If I'm Casino, I'm going to ask for timeout here one of these times. The 2-1 pitch, shot down the first base line, foul. Into the screen, evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner on is Kennedy. A 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. It's the base runner at first. Open stance for Casino. The 2-2 pitch. That's a grounder to first baseman takes it unassisted. 3 unassisted for the put out. That ends the inning for Medina Valley. For the Panthers in that inning. No runs, no hits. 1 runner left on base. After 1.5, it's Medina Valley 3, McCollum 1. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab, posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado, posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. 7, 8, and 9 in the order for the Cowgirls. Quintero, Bonacini, and Hernandez. Righty versus lefty matchup, and the first pitch to Quintero is ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the second, Panthers with a 2-run lead, a 3-run home run by Burris, and then a RBI double by Espinosa plated the runner for McCollum, and that's where we stand through an inning and a half. Hendrickson with the 1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Second lefty in the lineup as McCollum led off with a lefty in Guerrero. The 2-1 pitch, and the ball just bounced back behind the umpire, so he needs to be notified because there's a ball on the field. 3 balls and no strikes. So Quintero leads off here in the second. 3 balls and no strikes now. As the lefty digs in. The 3-0 pitch. Check swing, and she went. I think the pitch would have been a strike regardless. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Away from Kennedy. Kennedy and Guerrero give chase, but the ball falls harmlessly in foul ball territory. Full count now as Hendrickson is battled back from 3-0 to 3-2 now. Big payoff pitch coming here as Quintero leads off for the Cowgirls in the second. Full count pitch is ball 4. Second walk of the ball game issued by Hendrickson. Leadoff walk. Alina Boncini now, the right fielder at the plate for the Cowgirls. Totally different pitching here by pitchers. Hendrickson works quick where Guerrero is pretty slow and deliberate. First pitch is ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Alina Bonacina, the right fielder for the Cowgirls tonight. Real open stance. Ground ball to Guerrero at third. Only 1 play to first, and she's not going to have it. Another error by Guerrero as that ball just got into her body. And that wasn't even a hard hit ball. That was pretty much of a routine ground ball where it looked like the Panthers might get out of the inning with a double play. But the second error of the game by Guerrero, that's going to bring up the second baseman, the number 9 hitter, Gabby Hernandez. Runners at first and second with no outs.
That was purely a case, Maury, of she was looking to throw it to second base before she fielded.
And let it get inside her body. First pitch is outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Quintero at second, Bonacini at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the second. The 1-0 pitch is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Got the top of the order coming up with Guerrero. Need an out here some way. 2 balls and no strikes. Hernandez with an open stance, and that's way outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Snap throw down to first, not in time. Dangerous throw behind the lead runner. 3 balls and no strikes. Quintero at second with a walk. Bonacini at first with an error. 3 balls and no strikes to the number 9 hitter. And that's a strike. And I'd come back with the same pitch. I know it's right over the middle, but
like we said, we don't
let them earn it.
Make them earn it.
3 balls and 1 strike now to Hernandez. Hendrickson back in there quick. And a 3-1 pitch. She bunts it. Guerrero charging hard from third over to first for the out. For out number 2. And that kind of, you got your 2 runners in scoring position now with your leadoff batter coming up.
Maury, it drives me nuts. First and second with nobody out. You're at the bottom of the lineup, or even if you're in the 6-7, later part of the middle of the lineup, you bunt. It's the cardinal rule in softball and baseball to get those runners to second and third with 1 out.
And you did it with your number 9 hitter. Slap hit down first base, but foul. Guerrero is 0 for 1. She struck out her first at bat, leading off the ball game. Now bats here with 2 outs in the second with 2 runners in scoring position in Quintero and Bonacini. Left-handed batter. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to pitcher over to first for the out.
And, one mistake there she made, Maury. If that runner from third would have broke, which she
didn't.
She never looked at her.
Nope.
That run would have scored.
No,
You've got to, if a ball back to you, you've got to look that runner back first and foremost.
But it was such a hard-hit ball that the runner didn't even have a chance to break.
And that's the rule of a runner at third base. You don't go home if it's hit back to the third baseman or to the pitcher.
So that's going to bring up Martinez. As she lifts one into center field, it's going to go all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score. So that's the second time Martinez has reached base. He reached on an error and then came around and scored, and that's 2 unearned runs there for the Cowgirls in the second inning. They tie the ball game 3-3.
Yeah, and it's the same situation there, Maury. Do you give do you pitch around with the base open? Do you pitch around her with the base open to get to the next hitter? Well, no, because the next hitter's just as good as that one.
Next hitter was the one that drove in the run in the first inning.
Right.
And she's at the plate now and hits one to third. Guerrero finally feels it clean over to first for the putout.
So
5-3 for the putout for out number 3. But for the Cowgirls in that inning, 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 left on base. We're through 2, 3-3. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
The folks from Schlattenball at Decock Farm invite you out this weekend to enjoy a Belgian sausage on a bun, fresh cut fries with their homemade Anadelu sauce, or a Belgian waffle with strawberries, whipped cream, and Belgian chocolate drizzle. They've got lawn games and a pretty cool playground to keep your kids entertained. Open Thursday through Saturday, 5 till 11 p.m. Check out the Schlattenbowl.com on their Facebook page to see the upcoming live events and public events. If you're looking to host an event of your own, consider Shotzi's Barn and Barnyard. It's got some good old-fashioned rustic charm with lots of fresh air. They'd be honored to celebrate life's best moments with you at Schlattenbowl at Decock Farm. And Panther softball will continue now, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet as we head to the third. 3-3 is your score. Alina Salazar will lead off for the Panthers here in the third. First pitch to Salazar's ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Salazar laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Moved Casino into scoring position, and she did come around and score. Straight up top batter in Salazar. No official at bats. First pitch was a ball. This pitch is a strike, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Guerrero back out there for her third inning of work. Panthers with 2 hits in the ball game. 2 balls and 1 strike now. 2 hits apiece through 2 innings. 2 balls and 1 strike to Salazar. She leads off here in the third. Guerrero with the 2-1 pitch, way outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. The big thing in this ballgame are the errors that the Panthers have made. Credited for all 3 runs, all 3 unearned. 3 balls and 1 strike, way outside. Walk issued. So still no official at-bats for Salazar. Sacrifice and a walk. That's going to bring up number 11, the third baseman, Madison Guerrero. Guerrero reached on a walk and came around and scored on the Burris home run. So she is 0-4 with a run scored.
Yeah, it's a good job by Salazar of being a leadoff batter. You know, get on base any way you can. She saw a lot of pitches, didn't swing at bad pitches, and was rewarded with a base on balls.
So that time Guerrero calls timeout as Dom Guerrero with a long time in between pitches. Just the opposite of Hendrickson for the Panthers as Hendrickson works fast, where Guerrero works at a snail's pace there in the circle. First pitch to Madison is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Three to 3 is your score. Top 3. Guerrero versus Guerrero. Guerrero in the circle, Guerrero in the batter's box. Asks for timeout once again, and I like this. Maybe get her speed up here just a little bit. One ball, no strikes. Runner at first, no outs. And the pitch is outside. Snap throw down has Salazar caught in the middle. And she gets around the tag. Good job of sliding to the outside part of the base and getting it with her hand. The throw was there. The tag just was not put down properly. And that's a break for Medina Valley because Salazar was picked off of first base. But a good job of sliding to the outfield part of the base to avoid the tag. So now Guerrero with a 2-0 count now. Runner in scoring position. Open stance. Guerrero with the pitch. That's way outside. 3 balls and no strikes. And you have the base open, but you got Katie Burris standing in the on-deck circle. 3 balls and no strikes. I almost want to say you need to challenge Madison here.
Well, yeah. Either
you pick your poison, yep.
Pick your poison again.
And taking all the way, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Burris now at the plate. That's 4 walks now for Guerrero through 2 innings. As we are in the 3rd. Burris.
If I'm Katie Burris right now, I'm looking early in the game.
Oh, I'm looking to throw that first strike dead red to try to get ahead. And the pitch. And that's outside corner, strike 1. Not the pitch Burris was looking for. She was looking something inside. Something she could swing or turn the bat around on. No balls and 1 strike, 2 runners on, nobody out. Top of the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch, outside, 1-1. Burris with all 3 RBI for the Panthers. The big home run in the 1st. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Guerrero stares in. The 1-1 pitch is on its way. That ball is lifted in the infield. That's an infield fly.
Yeah, that was a pitch Katie should have never swung at.
F1 if you're scoring at home.
It just looks so tasty.
It did.
Floating in there.
That's a big out for Guerrero. That's going to bring up Trista Miller.
Good. You got to give her credit. Good pitch by the pitcher.
Trista Miller flew out to the right fielder for out number 2 in the 1st inning.
players, man. You see them at the Division I college level, too.
Yep. First pitch, and that ball is lifted in the infield. The shortstop makes it, call, and it's out. Infield fly. So after back-to-back walks, 2 pop-ups in the infield, F6 if you're scoring home for out number 2.
Now batting number 12, Hayden.
Now Hayden Renslow will step to the plate. Renslow is 0 for 1. She grounded out to the second baseman to end inning number 1. Panthers had something going here with batters 4 and 5 up at the plate, but 2 flyouts to the infield. First pitch is a strike called, as Guerrero has bowed her back here after back-to-back walks. Retired the number 4 and 5 hitters for the Panthers. Now Renslow at the plate with 2 runners on, but now with 2 outs. Down in the count, no balls and 1 strike. The pitch is a change-up outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. 3-3 is your score in the top of the third. Guerrero with the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to Guerrero. She feels it. Little flip throw over to first base. 1-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. No runs, no hits. 2 runners left on base through 2.5. We're tied at 3. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations. Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the third. 3-3 is your score. Lauren Hendrickson back out there for her 3rd inning of work.
And leading off catcher, number 13.
The Cowgirls will send to the plate 4, 5, and 6, Ramirez, Hughes, and Rodriguez. Ramirez, no official at bats in the game. She reached on a walk in the 1st inning. Was stranded at second base. So Ramirez, Hughes, and Rodriguez to face Hendrickson here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tie ball game, 3-3. Hendrickson delivers. Shot right back up the middle. 1 pitch, 1 hit. Third hit of the ball game for the Cowgirls. That's going to bring up Devlin Hughes. Hughes is 0 for 1, fielder's choice in the 1st. And the first pitch, foul back. No balls and 1 strike. Hendrickson back on the rubber, the 0-1 pitch. That ball is lifted in the infield, back behind the plate. Renslow cannot get it. She lost track of it, and Jeff, that's one. It doesn't show an error in the ball game, but that's one.
Actually, Maury, in the official scoring, if this if this batter reaches first base, that becomes an error.
Oh, it does now.
Yes. Right now, it's not.
Right.
If the batter ends up reaching first base, that becomes an error.
No balls and 2 strikes. Hughes digs in. Hendrickson delivers, and that ball is lifted over the second baseman. Going to fall in for a base hit. All the way around to third. Throw gets over Guerrero at third and goes in the dugout, and that's going to be a run. You get a base +1. So that's an RBI for Hughes.
And a mistake, by your freshman center fielder. And I know Kaylee Upton, and she has not played a lot of outfield. She's a catcher by trade, but she's got to know that throw's got to come in low.
Well, and
that's got to be able to handle it.
That's your third error of the ball game. That should have been caught on a pop-up behind the plate. That's going to bring up Roslyn Rodriguez. She is 0 for 1. She grounded out to end inning number 1. But 4-3 now is your score in favor of the Cowgirls. First pitch is a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 is a grounder. Hendrickson off of her glove. Going to be a base hit. 3 hits in a row. That's going to score Hughes. That's an RBI for Rodriguez. 3 hits in a row. That's going to bring up Emma Quintero. Quintero, no official at bats as she walked to start off inning number 2. Going to have a visit to the mound by Coach Quintero trying to settle down the defense. 3 errors, Jeff. All of the runs so far have been unearned.
Was it 5-3 or 4-3?
4-3.
4-3.
No, actually now it is 5-3.
I was going to say the runner on third base. I think they're just scored.
Yep. Hughes just scored on Rodriguez's single.
I'm still not certain. Well, Lauren's throwing strikes. You got the errors.
Yep, you got to make the plays behind her. And that one was just hit hard, and she just tried to defend herself, and it went off her glove.
Sure.
It's an infield single. There's nothing you can do about that one. Quintero now at the bat, left-handed hitter in the left field. Kennedy makes the play for out number 1. Big out needed there by Hendrickson. F7 if you're scoring at home for out number 1.
Big out there. Good job by Hendrickson.
That's the first flyout of the ball game. Bonassini stands in as she reached on an error and came around and scored a run for the Cowgirls. Ground ball to short. Shortstop flip over to Casino. Just got her. Wow, that was a bang play. 6-4 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. That's a fielder's choice.
Batting number 10, Gabby Hernandez.
Gabby Hernandez now at the plate. Gabby is 0-4. She's sacrificed. Got the 2 runners in scoring position as second and third runs, respectively. First pitch is a strike called. Bonassini is your runner at first. 5-3 is your new score in favor of the Cowgirls. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Number 9 hitter at the plate. Fell behind her 0-3, and then Hernandez sacrificed, got the runners in scoring position, and they came around and scored. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Snap throw down to first. Not in time. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at first. 5-3 is your new score in favor of McCollum. The 2-1 pitch That ball's low, 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, walk the number 9 hitter.
That'll get you in trouble.
That'll get you in trouble.
I think she reached in the last inning on a walk as well.
Well, she was down 3-0, and then she laid down the perfect sacrifice bunt.
Sacrifice bunt. Yep.
We go back to the top of the order with Dom Guerrero. She's due. She is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Has a runner in scoring position with Bonacini at second. Hernandez at first. Ground ball to the shortstop. 1 throw over to third for the putout. Fielder's choice if you're scoring at home for Guerrero. Retires
Worked out.
Bonacini 6-5 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. But in that inning for the for the Cowgirls, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 left on base. After 3, it's McCollum 5, Medina Valley 3. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 4th. McCollum has grabbed the lead 5-3. Panthers will send to the plate Upton, Dominguez, and Kennedy, 7, 8, and 9. Upton grounded out to the pitcher. Lined out to the pitchers. The pitchers knocked it down and ended up throwing it to first, but then had to take a couple of practice pitches in between. So 0 for 1 for Upton. We head to the 4th. Panthers trail for the first time in the ball game, 5-3. Guerrero back out there for her 4th inning of work. First pitch is ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Slightly open stance for Upton. The 1-0 pitch is a strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. Guerrero stares at the wristband. The 1-1 pitch. Change up, strike called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caught Upton looking for a fastball the whole way. Change up caught her off guard. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the leadoff batter here in the 4th. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, strikeout for out number 1. That's the first strikeout of the ball game by Guerrero. It came in the 4th. It's going to bring up Aubrey Dominguez. Dominguez flied out to the left fielder for the second out in inning number 2. So she is 0 for 1 in the contest. Straight up top hitter for the Panthers. First pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, the other game didn't fare so well for the hometown boy, Maury. The tiebreaker rule is in effect in Division I baseball now. Runner on second base. BYU got theirs across. Texas State couldn't get theirs across. So
go down in extra innings. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Panthers facing a 2-run deficit here as they bat in the 4th with 1 out. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count on Dominguez. 1 out. The 2-1 pitch, change up, 3 balls and 1 strike. Mackenzie Kennedy waits on deck. I'd like to see Dominguez get on here some way for Medina Valley. And the 3-1 delivery is fouled back into the screen, fills up the count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. No runners on. Panthers bat here in the top of the 4th. Trail for the first time in the ball game, 5-3. Took a 3-0 lead. Then was up 3-1, then 3-3, and now down 5-3. Full count pitch is outside, ball 4. So a 1-out walk. That's the 4th base on balls issued by Guerrero. But the Panthers have not scored one of them. Well, actually, they scored one of them, and that was Guerrero. Madison Guerrero walked, and then Burris followed with a 3-run shot. The only scoring in the ball game. That's going to bring up Mackenzie Kennedy. Mackenzie is 0-4. No official at bats as she walked with 2 outs in the 2nd. First pitch to Mackenzie is a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch to Kennedy. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. One's wild, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. 4 aces.
I wish I would have had 4 aces last week.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it? When you're extra stayed because of Snowvid.
8 days in Las Vegas, and I couldn't get 3 aces.
The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, you were in Vegas, and I was home with no heat with a mother facing COVID. Yeah. Trying to make sure she didn't get pneumonia when we don't have heat for 2 days. Electricity.
Glad to hear Mom's doing better.
Doing great. Over everything. 2-1 to Kennedy. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. You give her the green light, your number 9 hitter, down by 2, 3-1 with a runner on, 1 out.
Well, you got to learn somehow.
Yep, I say.
1, you tell her you're looking for a
that
pitch
one
that you
pitch,
can hit.
Dead red.
Yeah, I mean you don't want to swing at a pitcher's pitch. You want to swing at a hitter's pitch here.
3-1, way outside, good at bat. Panthers had back-to-back walks to start inning number 3, but then 3 pop-ups. We're going to head back to the top of the order. Casino up at the plate. Casino is 1 for 2 with a run scored. 6 walks now issued by Guerrero. Dominguez at second. Kennedy at first. 1 out. Leadoff hitter at the plate for Medina Valley. Slightly open stance for Gabby. First pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 times now in this ball game, Guerrero has walked back-to-back batters. The last time it did not come into fruition as she retired the next 3. Let's see if the Panthers can change that trend here in the 4th. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball right up the middle, off Guerrero's glove. There'll be no play. Throw to first is not in time. That's going to be an infield single for Casino. That's going to load the bases for Eliana Salazar. Eliana is 0-4. She laid down a sacrifice in the first and then started off the third with a walk, so she has no official at-bats. Panthers now with the bases juiced. Big time in this ball game here for the Panthers on offense. Dominguez, Kennedy, and Casino on the base pass for Medina Valley with 1 out. Salazar at the plate. Open stance. Third baseman in about halfway. And the pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Salazar might have chased one a little bit out of the strike zone, but she's being aggressive up there. Long look in now. The 0-1. That's lifted foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Madison Guerrero waits on deck. Panthers with the bases loaded with 1 out. In the 4th, trail 5-3. Dominguez, Kennedy, and Casino on the base path. Good speed all around for the Panthers. The 0-2 pitch. That's fouled back down the first base line. Count holds at 0-2.
Good battle by Salazar.
Pitch was borderline. She had to swing at that one. Do not put your faith in the hands of the man behind the plate calling the balls and strikes.
Absolutely.
Long look in once again by Guerrero in the circle. The 0-2 pitch once again. And that's a shot in the gap. Going to go to the right fielder. Right fielder will make a throw. They got Dominguez caught in between.
That's Kennedy.
That's Kennedy. I mean, and she will be out. She got caught in a pickle. Ran through the stop sign.
Through the stop sign. One of the first things they teach you in Little League ball or Pony League ball. But, you gotta give it to her. She was probably trying to be aggressive and excited about scoring a run, and but let's talk about Salazar. What a great at-bat.
Absolutely.
What a great at-bat there by Salazar with an RBI. And, brings the Panthers to within 1.
With Madison Guerrero at the plate. So Dominguez comes in and scores. Kennedy is erased with the rundown. Gabby Casino is at second, and Salazar at first. First pitch is a ball 1 ball and no strikes. Madison with no official at bats as she has walked both times she's faced Dom Guerrero. So Guerrero versus Guerrero here. Open stance is Maddie. First pitch, and that's lifted foul out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. You have Casino at second and Salazar at first. 5-4 is your new score. Counts 1-1 with 2 outs. Number 3 hitter Guerrero at the plate. Dom Guerrero in the circle for the Cowgirls. The 1-1 pitch. Way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Still sitting here, Maury. It's a hitter's count. She's trying to look for something out over the plate to drive with runners on base. You want to try to get something lifted into the outfield. Maybe a power alley or 2.
And the 2-1 pitch, changeup.
Not that one.
3 balls and 1 strike. Hitter's pitch here. You can just sit on something dead red. Katie Burris waits on deck for the Panthers.
Now, McCollum did a good job of avoiding the middle of the lineup or coming through the middle of the lineup unscathed 2 innings ago.
Yeah, when the Panthers started off with back-to-back walks and didn't score a run. The 3-1 pitch to Madison. Strike 2. Chased one out of the strike zone there. That was ball 4.
That was, and Maury, she did the same thing in her first at-bat.
Yep, exactly.
She fouled off that 3-1 pitch that was not a strike. And, she's got to be more disciplined with a 3-1 count. Now a 3-2 count, you got to protect the plate.
Guerrero versus Guerrero here. And the payoff pitch. Ball low. So that loads the bases once again.
Hey, it works out for
your RBI leader at the plate, Katie Burris. Katie is 1 for 2, a 3-run home run, and then popped up to the pitcher. She is 1 for 2. That is the 7th walk issued by Guerrero. And one of them have come in to score, 1 out of the 7. Let's see if Panthers can change that and bring in 2 more here with Burris at the plate. Power versus power here. First pitch is way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We're going to have a visit by Coach Gallegos here. If you've just joined it has been a good ball game. Kind of a sloppy game for the Panthers on defense with 3 errors. 5-4 is your score in the 4th, but the Panthers have the bases loaded with the cleanup hitter, Katie Burris, who is responsible for 3 of the 4 runs for Medina Valley. A 3-run shot in the first to put the Panthers up 3-0, but have since then yielded 5 unanswered. The Panthers come across with 1 here in the 4th. Bases juiced. 1 ball and no strikes is the count on Burris. Home plate umpire is going to go and kind of break up the huddle here in the circle. Coach Gallegos returns to the dugout. Panthers return to their bases respectively. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. Bases loaded for Katie Burris, the cleanup hitter for the Panthers. Dom Guerrero in the circle. And the 1-0 pitch. Change up outside, ball 2. Trista Miller waits on deck. Should Burris keep this inning going for the Panthers? A long time in between pitches. And the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
Number 11, Jace.
Now Katie will walk, ties up the ball game. But if she throws one dead red, which is all you're looking for right here. And a 3-0 pitch is outside, ball 4.
RBI.
RBI, that's the 8th walk of the ball game now.
You can understand them pitching around right there. But a tie game.
That brings across Casino.
Number 22, Trista Miller.
That's going to bring up Trista Miller now with the bases loaded. Bases still juiced. 5-5 now is the score. And the first pitch to Miller is a strike called on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Bases full of Panthers. Tie ball game 5-5. Top of the 4th. 2 outs. 1 strike on Miller. Change up outside 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Guerrero reared back and found something there. Just blew it right by Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Tie ball game as the Panthers have played it 2 runs here, but have an opportunity to bust this game open with a big hit right here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. 1 ball and 2 strikes is to count on Miller. And the pitch is outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Salazar, Guerrero, and Burris on base for the Panthers. Tristan Miller at the plate with a 2 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs. Guerrero delivers the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 left on base. Through 3.5, it's 5-5. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the 4th, tie ball game. McCollum will send to the plate Martinez, Espinosa, and Ramirez, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Hendrickson back out there for her 4th inning of work for Medina Valley. 5 hits in the ball game for McCollum, 4 hits for the Panthers, 5 runs apiece for each team. The big part of the ball game has been the base on balls, which they've only come in. Medina Valley's only scored 2, but they've had 5 walks. 3 errors for the Panthers have given McCollum 4 out of the 5 runs. So Martinez waits on deck. Martinez is 1 for 2, reached on an error and doubled and drove in 2 runs. Strike called to the displeasure of McCollum, as that looked a little high and tight. The 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes.
Trista's got a real good fastball. It runs in on right-handed batters.
Yep, this is
changeup was pretty good too.
Yep, this is actually Trista Miller for her 1st inning of work out there in the circle for the Panthers. 0-2, swing and a miss for out number 1. So Miller retires the first batter she faces.
So is Miller's in the circle. Is Renslow still catching, Maury?
Let me check. I can't see the number
Looks like
behind
she is.
Yes, number 12 is still back behind the plate.
All right, so we got Miller and Renslow.
Espinosa now at the plate. Swing and a miss. Espinosa is 1 for 2. She doubled and drove in a run and also scored a run, and then grounded out to the 3rd baseman to end inning number 3.
Looks like Coach Monteo was trying to get through a few innings with Hendrickson and bringing in Miller now to be the closer, per se.
No balls and 2 strikes now. As you can just see it, the ball's got a little bit more juice coming out of the hand of Trista Miller than it did Hendrickson.
And Lauren did her job.
She did.
Starting pitcher, their job is to keep them in the game.
Well, and it was Sierras that kind of threw her in for a loop, as 4 out of the 5 runs were unearned for McCollum.
And Maury, we finally have the scoreboard up and running.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts as Millers came in throwing some heat for Medina Valley. It's a third strikeout. America Ramirez now at the plate. America is 1 for 1. Singled, walked and singled and came around and scored a run for McCollum. Ball is lifted foul, way out of play. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball foul, no balls and 2 strikes. I'm trying to think if Miller's thrown a ball this inning. I don't think she has. So no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, change up, swing and a miss. She strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3 for Miller. Easy work. No runs, no hits. No Cowgirls left on base. We head to the 5th, 5-5. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert. Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 5th. Fives are wild. 5-5 in the 5th. Panthers will send to the plate 6, 7, and 8. Renslow, Upton, and Dominguez. Renslow is 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 2 ground outs, 1 to the second baseman and 1 to the pitcher. Made the third out in the first inning and the third out in the third inning. So Renslow leads off now for Panthers. Guerrero back in the circle for McCollum. 5-5 is your ball game. 4 hits for the Panthers, 5 hits for McCollum. First pitch to Renslow's a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch to Renslow. Ball. Change up outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Panthers jumped ahead 3-0. McCollum made it 3-1. then made it 3-3, and then went ahead 5-3, and the Panthers have tied it up 5-5. The 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Renslow in the hole here as she leads off in the 5th for Medina Valley. The 1-2 pitch, just outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got to get some action on the base paths here.
Yes, you do. Well, the Panthers left the bases loaded last inning. Panthers. Ground ball is short. Shortstop with a throw over to first in time for out number 1. 6-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 1. That's going to bring up Kaylee Upton. Upton is 0 for. Grounded out to the pitcher and struck out. First pitch is a strike called. Oh, 1 now to Upton. And the pitch by Guerrero is a changeup, and that's ruffled right back up the middle for a base hit.
You know, the thing about that changeup, more if you get it up in the zone, people can see it a lot easier.
And that one was shoulder level, and Upton made her pay for it. That's going to bring up Dominguez for Medina Valley. Dominguez is 0 for 1. Walked and scored the 4th run of the ball game for Medina Valley. Flew out her first at bat. Bats with a runner at first with 1 out. First pitch is a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Situational here, Maury. You want to try to hit behind the runner if at all possible with a 1-1 count. Look for something off the back half of the plate, something you can drive to the right side of the field.
1 ball and 1 strike now. It's a count to Dominguez. Runner at first. 1 out. Strike called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Dominguez. Upton at first. 5-5 in the 5th. And the pitch, and that ball's lifted. Second baseman with a good play. Snags that one from going into right center. F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. Rob Dominguez of a base hit. That's going to bring up Mackenzie Kennedy. Kennedy has no official at-bats as she's walked both times. She's reached base both times via the walk. Bats here with 2 outs. Upton at first. First pitch is a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Guerrero with a long look in once again. The 0-1 pitch, way outside. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Tie ball game 5-5. Panthers bat in the top of the 5th. Upton is your base runner at first. The 1-1 pitch to Kennedy. Ball low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mackenzie digs in. Awaits the 2-1 pitch. Way outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Snapped her down to first, not in time. Mackenzie looking to get her 3rd walk of the ball game here. She's ahead in the count now. 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Runner at first is Upton. Leadoff batter Gabby Casino waits on deck. And the 3-1 pitch is way outside. Another base on balls.
Good job by the freshman finding a way to get on base and extend the inning.
That's 9 walks now issued by Guerrero. He's going to bring up Gabby Casino. Gabby is 2 for 3. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. So she has done her job at the top of the order. Let's see if she can keep producing for the Panthers. Got a runner in scoring position in Upton. First pitch to Casino is outside and high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Guerrero has thrown a lot of pitches tonight so far. She has issued 9 walks so far. We're in the top of the 5th. The 1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind is still blowing from right to left. It's getting a little cooler as the evening goes on, as the temperatures has dropped, I bet, 15 degrees since the start of the ball game.
Should make the ball fly a little better, huh?
The 2-0 pitch is a grounder, 3rd base, but foul. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 runners on, 2 outs. 5-5 is your score as the Panthers bat here in the top of the 5th. Gabby 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. See if she can plate her first run for an RBI here and put the Panthers ahead. The 2-1 count. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-2.
That's a good pitch.
That was a good pitch by Guerrero. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And the 2-2 delivery. Foul back, count holds at 2-2.
That might have been a little bit of a mistake there by the pitcher. She got a lot of plate there on the 2-2 count.
And got it a little up in the strike zone, too. Gabby just could not get the bat centered on that one as she fouled it back into the screen. We'll redo 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. That's lined out of play. Back behind the press box. Another 2 balls and 2 strikes once again. Aliana Salazar waits on deck for the Panthers. Aliana is perfect at the plate, too. A sacrifice, a walk, and a single, and an RBI. And the 2-2 pitch once again is a changeup outside. Fills the count, Gabby. That's only a full count.
But we just stole second
But
and
we
third.
just stole second and third.
No, what is she doing?
Go back! Oh, my.
My God.
Another base running mistake by...
What is the
Wow.
first base coach doing down there?
As the Panthers walked off the base.
Oh, my goodness.
That was Mackenzie Kennedy who had the base stolen and went back when they said it wasn't.
Easy. That's easy for the player. You know, you're supposed to be into the game, but there's no excuse for a coach not to see that and start hollering at her to stay there. You know, but hey, here we go. They're out of the inning.
So they get out of the inning on a fluke play there. Should have been full count with 2 runners on, and the Panthers do not score a run. They strand 2 more. So no runs and no hits. No runs on 1 hit. 2 left on base after 4.5. We're tied at 5. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. McCollum will send to the plate 5, 6, and 7. Hughes, Rodriguez, and Quintero. Hughes is 1 for 2. Fielder's choice. Singled, drove in a run, and scored a run. Miller back out there. First pitch is foul back into the screen. No balls and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike now to Hughes. And you just joined us to end that top of the inning. The Panthers had runners at first and second. The count was full count, and they thought that it was a walk. So the Panthers moved to second and third. The 1-1 pitch is lifted up down the right field line. Right fielder gives chase. Burris gives chase and makes the catch. Great catch by Katie Burris going back to find the ball. F3 if you're scoring at home for out number 1. And what had happened on that is Panthers had the bases stolen because they forgot what the count was. And the Panthers, instead of staying at second and third, ran back to first, got in a pickle, and was put out to end the inning. Rodriguez now at the plate. Rodriguez is 1 for 2, grounded out, singled, and drove in a run. 1 ball and no strikes now. That ball is lifted foul, way out of play. 1-1 to Rodriguez. Trista Miller back out there for her second inning of work. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the 5th. And the 1-1 pitch down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Miller with the 2-1 pitch. That's lifted out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes, just 1 out here as we are tied in the 5th. Rodriguez is the batter for the Cowgirls. The 2-2 pitch. That's lifted. That's in the gap. That is out of here. An opposite field home run for Rodriguez, and she just breaks the tie here. 6-5 is your score. She went oppo with that shot, and it was out in a hurry. 6 hits now for the Cowgirls as they take the lead 6-5. Wow, that was a blast by Roslyn Rodriguez. That's going to bring up Emma Quintero. Emma is 0 for 1, walked, scored a run, and flew out. So right-handed batter at the plate for McCollum as the Cowgirls have taken their second lead. They went ahead 5-3. Panthers tied it up. And now back on top with a home run. Check swing, strike one. A solo shot by Roslyn Rodriguez has broke this 5-5 tie. The 0-1 pitch. Strike called. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Lifted foul. Guerrero tries to get it third, but just out of the reach of the dive. Count holds it 0-2. Thank you. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That ball is lifted down third base line. Foul once again. Count still holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. One out. Solo home run has broke the scoreless tie of this tie ball game. Foul back into the screen. Once again, we'll replay 0-2 for the 4th time here. As Quintero is not giving up there in the batter's box. Miller not giving up in the circle. See who wins this battle. The 4th 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout for Panther pitching. That's going to bring up Alina Bonacina. Bonacini is 0 for 2, reached on an error and then a fielder's choice. She scored the 3rd run of the ball game. That ball is lifted foul, back out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Big blast though in this inning was a solo home run by Roslyn Rodriguez to break the tie. 6-5 is your score now, as the Cowgirls bat here with 2 outs in the 5th. Their 2nd lead of the ball game. The 0-1 pitch is a changeup, no balls and 2 strikes. Panthers jumped on top 3-1. McCollum cut it to 3-2 and tied it up 3-3 and went ahead 5-3. The Panthers tied it up 5-5, and McCollum has just taken the lead 6-5. Swing and a miss. So after the home run, Miller retires the next 2 batters. But the big run, 1 run on 1 hit, nobody left. After 5, it's McCollum 6, Medina Valley 5. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet as we head to the 6th. Panthers trailing 6-5. Panthers will send to the plate 1, 2, 3, Casino, Salazar, and Guerrero. Top 4 hitters for the Panthers tonight. 2, 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks. They have only made 2 outs, the first 4 batters for the Panthers. First pitch to Casino is a strike called. No balls and 1 strike.
So what you're saying with the top of the lineup?
Actually, they've made 3 outs, 3 out of 12 at bats. So the top 4 are doing their job for the Panthers. The 0-1 pitch to Gabby. That's a shot to the shortstop. She charges in and makes the play. Thought it was hit a little bit harder than that, but caught Casino off on her front foot.
Or you could have just thrown them the old hex.
Yep. That's the 6th flyout of the evening for Panther batting. One out now. Sends up to the plate Aliana Salazar. Aliana is perfect for the evening, a sacrifice and 2 base on balls, and came around and scored a run for Medina Valley.
She's about to say, what hex?
Yep, there you go. First pitch to Salazar is ball low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Maury, we had several girls from last year's team go on and play college softball this year.
Over the first, 6-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. So just as I said something, I must have jinxed the Panthers. Top there's the 2 in a row now. That is the 8th ground out for tonight. That's going to bring up Madison Guerrero. Guerrero is perfect for the evening. No official at bat. She has walked every time. Scored 1 run for the Panthers in the first inning. Swing and a miss, no balls and 1 strike. Chase one a little bit out of the strike zone there.
She likes that high fastball outside.
Yep, she does.
She swung at it 3 times now. I'd keep throwing it there.
So Guerrero versus Guerrero, the 0-1 pitch. Same pitch she swung at. 1 ball and 1 strike. She went back to it.
That's a good job by Guerrero and Guerrero.
Yeah, absolutely. One throwing it right back there and the other one laying off. 1 ball and 1 strike now to the right-handed third baseman for the Panthers. The 1-1 pitch, low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Panthers need some base runners here as they are down to their last 4 outs. Two balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. That ball is lifted into right center. Oh, what a play by the center fielder. On the run, robs Guerrero of a hit. Devlin Hughes with a fine play out there in center field. For the Panthers in that inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. McCollum 6, Medina Valley 5. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Cowgirls ahead of the Panthers 6-5.
Leading out for the McCollum Cowboys, number 10.
Cowgirls will send to the plate 9-1-2. Gabby Hernandez will come at the plate. Gabby is perfect on the even. The sacrifice and advanced to 2 runners to second and third, and they came around and scored, and then a base on ball. So she is 0-4 with a sacrifice. She bats here in the 6th. Krista Miller back out there for her 3rd inning of work. First pitch is low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Six hits for McCollum, 5 for Medina Valley. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. You got just what you wanted from your number 9 hitter in the lineup. A sacrifice and a walk. The 2-0 pitch is a strike call, 2 balls and 1 strike. Panthers can ill afford to give up any more runs here. No insurance runs here. Panthers need to come into the 7th with a 1-run deficit. Swing and a miss on a changeup, evens the count at 2-2. That pitch caught Hernandez by surprise there. Hernandez back in there, the 2-2 pitch. That's lifted foul right back at us. Count holds at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Roslyn Rodriguez broke a 5-5 ball game with a solo home run in the 5th for the Cowgirls. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That's 3 strikeouts in a row after the home run. 7th strikeout of Cowgirls tonight. It's going to bring back to the top of the year order Dom Guerrero. She is 0 for 3. Strikeout, a ground out, and a fielder's choice. First pitch is a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Strike called. Well, I thought he... Nope, outside, ball 1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. The ball is lifted foul back over the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got a little echo here again going. Sounds like I'm in the bat cave. The 1-2 pitch to Guerrero. Just outside. Panther fans wanted it. A little moan from the crowd, but it was a little off the plate. A little bit outside. Good call by the ump. They've been pretty consistent. He has behind the plate. 2-2 pitch, and that ball is lifted into right field. Second baseman goes back, Casino, and it lets it drop. And that can't happen. That's going to be a base hit, but Jeff,
that's a mental mistake.
Your right fielder needs to come in and take control of that, and when your second baseman is backing up.
Yeah, that's the right fielder's ball all the way, and if she can't get there, she's got to ask for help.
So that's going to be a base hit, but wow. That's going to bring up Alexis Martinez. Alexis is 1 for 3. And I actually thought on that previous batter that Gabby was going to camp right under it. And I'm not sure if the right fielder might have called her off or not, but it looked like Gabby pulled away right at the end. Because it looked like she was there to make the play. The ball bounced back in play. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. Panthers can ill afford to let the Cowgirls get any more insurance runs as they're going to trail by at least 1 run going into their last at bat. Guerrero is the runner at first. A 1-out single. And the 1-1 pitch is ball low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Martinez, the shortstop for the Cowgirls this evening. Scored a run, drove in a pair. 1 for 3 in the ball game. The 2-1 pitch. Strike call, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner at first in Guerrero. Ball hit the short. 1 play over to first in time. Great throw across the diamond by Salazar for out number 2. Guerrero will move into scoring position at second base. 6-3 for out number 2 if you're scoring at home. That is the 7th ground out issued by Panther pitching tonight. That's going to bring up Maddie Espinoza. And I just went deaf there for a second. Now I can hear myself. Espinosa is 1 for 3. Doubled, scored a run, and drove in a run in the first inning. Actually, she drove in the first run of the ball game. So a double, a RBI, a ground out, and a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch is lifted into right field. Left fielder Casina goes back. Burris gets it and makes the play in foul ball territory. That's 2 great plays back behind the plate, behind the base for Burris. For McCollum in that inning, no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. We're through 6. McCollum 6, Medina Valley 5. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers down to their last 3 outs. They will send to the plate 4, 5, and 6. So you got the meat of the order coming up for the Panthers. Katie Burris will lead off for Medina Valley. Katie is 1 for 2. She homered and drove in 3 runs in the first inning, then popped up to the pitcher, reached on a walk, and came around and scored the 5th run for Medina Valley. But comes up to the plate here in the 7th. Medina Valley trailing by a run. Guerrero back out there for the Cowgirls in the circle. Checks the wristband for the pitch. And the first pitch to Burst is way outside, ball 1. If there has been one problem for Guerrero all night, it's been her walk. She has walked 9 batters, but only 2 of them have came in to score. One ball, no strikes. Burris digs in. The pitch is way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Burris, Miller, and Renslow. 4, 5, and 6 for the Panthers. Long stare in once again for Guerrero. The 2-0 pitch, way outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Katie, we need base runners. I know you want to swing the bat, but any way we can get on base here. Don't chase nothing. 3 balls and no strikes. Burris leads off here. Medina Valley trailing by a run in the 7th. Way outside. Them weren't even close.
Doesn't look like they were not going to let Katie.
No, they weren't going to let her
Burris
swing the bat.
Going to swing.
That's the 10th walk of the ball game. Trista Miller now at the plate for the Panthers. Trista is 0 for 3. Flew out to the shortstop, flew out to the right fielder, and struck out to end inning number 4, or inning number 5, excuse me. Comes up now with the tying run at first base in Katie Burris. Slightly open stance up in the batter's box. 5 straight balls, and not one of them has really came close to the strike zone.
Well, so now, gamesmanship here now, Maury. You got a 1-0 count. You've got, your 5-hole hitter up, but you got to get that runner to second base.
Somehow.
Are you going to I guess she's going to let Trista Miller swing away.
The 1-0 pitch is way outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
At least until she gets a strike.
Absolutely. I'd give them a take till they get a strike. It's cookie cutting time right now here in the 7th. Wind is still blowing the same way from right to left. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. That is 7 pitches in a row, and Guerrero really hasn't came close. So 3 balls and no strikes to Miller. Renslow is scheduled to be on deck for the Panthers. Strike called, 3 balls and 1 strike, taken all the way. I'm not too sure I wouldn't take once again here.
Well, and here again, Maury, you've got a senior. You would think that,
she
Trista,
should know,
she's
yes.
going to college to play softball, so you would think she's got to
knows the situation. Takes it, and it's a little high, but it's a strike.
Yeah, and that may not have been the one she was looking for.
It wasn't the one she was looking for. Full count now. Is Burris going to be on the move here with full count or not?
Man, that is tough. I would probably have to.
Put her in motion, even though you could have a strike them out, throw them out.
I would. I would personally.
Payoff pitch. Inside and low. Ball 4.
But when you got a girl that's thrown 2 strikes out of 8 pitches, you're okay.
That's 11 walks now for Guerrero.
And we've only got 5 runs out of that so far.
Well, we've only scored 2 out of the walks, 2 out of the 11 walks. We started off the 3rd inning, remember, the 4th inning with back-to-back walks, and then your 4, 5, and 6 hitters popped up to the infield.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner or a courtesy runner.
Going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Number 3? It's number 3.
Is that Elena Gonzalez?
Elena Gonzalez.
Gonzalez will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Miller. Renslow at the plate.
Now, here's the same
Hayden
situation.
Renslow is 0 for 3. 2 ground outs, or 3 ground outs, 1 to the second baseman, 1 to the pitcher, and 1 to the shortstop. Do you bunt her and move them over? You should.
Yeah. Late in the game, cardinal rule, for any time of the game, you get your first 2 on, you're bunting them over.
Yep, especially when it's a run ball game.
Unless it's your 3-hole hitter or your hot hitter.
Yep. So the first pitch, Renslow swings and pops it up to the infield fly.
See, and that's what happens. You have no advancing of the runners now, and you've given up an out. You're down to 2.
But Jeff, you've thrown 2 strikes in 10 pitches, and you swing at the first pitch. So that's F3 for out number 1. It's going to bring up Kaylee Upton. Upton is 1 for 3. Ball is lifted foul. Did she make the catch?
No, she didn't get to it. He called it a foul ball.
Did she? Okay. Had me blocked by the dugout.
Yeah, I was watching the home plate umpire to see.
Good effort, though, by the first baseman and second baseman giving chase.
Tell you what, that had been a huge play.
Upton is 1 for 3. A ground out, a strikeout, and single her last at bat.
And the 2 times she's put the ball in play, she's
hit it hard, yes. Down in the count now, no balls and 1 strike.
Still a hitter's count.
Absolutely. And the 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. And Jeff, it was kind of confusing on the batter before, is she even went down and talked to Coach Bontello, and that can't be the conversation. You know, you're going up there and swinging at the first pitch when you've had back-to-back walks. The 1-1 pitch, grounded down the first baseline, foul.
Barely.
And that might have been disaster because the runner at first, your courtesy runner, did not even move off of first base.
Right.
You know, the first base coach needs to be telling her, you need to be going. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Kaylee Upton. 2 runners on. Panthers down a run. That's going to even the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 1 out. Panthers trail by a run 6-5. They have the tying run in Katie Burris at second base. Gonzalez is the runner at first. The 2-2 pitch. That's lifted into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Burris had to hold up because the right fielder made a play on it. Just gets to third base, but the bases are loaded.
Freshman comes
a
through.
Big single by Upton. That's her second hit in a row after a ground out and a strikeout. That's going to bring up Aubrey Dominguez. Aubrey is 0 for 2. A fly out, a walk, scored a run, and then a fly out to the second baseman. So the bases are loaded. Dominguez at the plate. Panthers trail by a run. First pitch. That's a shot in the left. That's going to drive in Burris. The game is tied. Gonzalez will hold at third. So Dominguez with a big hit ties the ball game up for Medina Valley.
Bottom half of the order coming through right now.
Burris comes in and scores a run. That's an RBI for Dominguez. That's going to bring up Mackenzie Kennedy. Mackenzie is perfect on the evening, 3 walks. So a walk right here is an RBI, and the Panthers take the lead. Timeout called. Gonzalez, Renslow, and Upton on the bases for Medina Valley with 1 out. Kennedy at the plate, a swing and a miss. What a ball game so far. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1.
Chance for the freshman here to get her first RBI and possible game-winning hit or possible game-winning RBI.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. Gonzalez, Upton, and Dominguez on the bases. The 1-1 pitch to Kennedy's way outside. Mackenzie has walked all 3 times. A walk here would be an RBI, and the go-ahead run will score.
And we do have 1 out. Is that correct?
1 out.
Okay. I missed that.
Now America Ramirez goes and talks to her. Battery made in a circle. Timeout called.
I wonder, there was a Ramirez that played here last year, and I wonder if they're sisters. They are not. Okay. So here we go, 6-6.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Upton, Dominguez, and Gonzalez on the bases for Medina Valley. Mackenzie Kennedy at the plate. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did they say she went? Yes, check swing, and they said yes.
Yeah, she went almost all the way around. Couldn't hold off of that one.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Gabby Casino waits on deck for Medina Valley. Panthers have tied it 6-6. Bases juiced. 1 out. Mackenzie Kennedy at the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Ball low. Full count. Payoff pitch coming as the chopper is flying right over the field here. Heading to Stinson Airfield. Payoff pitch coming. No place to put Kennedy. Guerrero stares at the signal from the dugout. Now Kennedy steps out. Good job by Mackenzie. Payoff pitch coming. Gonzalez, Upton, and Dominguez on the bases. The 3-2 pitch to Kennedy. That's foul back. Good job by Mackenzie staying alive.
Yep, good quick swing. Trying to barrel it up.
We'll replay full count once again. Couldn't ask for more for a district startup game here. 6-6 in the 7th. Gonzalez, Upton, and Dominguez on the bases, 1 out. Mackenzie Kennedy at the plate, full count. Guerrero with the pitch, swing and a miss. That's the first time they've retired Kennedy all night. Can't blame her for making 1 out. Battled up there tough. Now you got the top of the order with Gabby Casino at the plate. Gabby has 2 singles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Bases juiced. Your leadoff batter at the plate. And the first pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Gonzalez, Upton, Dominguez on the bases. Casino at the plate. The 1-0 pitch, way outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Not sure why she would throw that pitch right there down in the count. 2-0 now. Cancino can sit dead red on the fastball.
Oh, absolutely.
Here, and she has hit it hard a couple times tonight.
2 big hits, 2 runs scored. That shot is lifted to second base. Second baseman under it. Drops the ball! 2 runs will score for the Panthers. Oh, my. The second baseman just took her eye off of it.
Well, and you know what? There was a little bit of confusion down there with the runner at first base, and I'm not sure who that is, the runner that was at first base. She initially broke back to first base, and then when she realized there were 2 out,
cut right in front of her.
Back off, and it could have thrown the second baseman off a little bit. But, hey, benefit the Panthers on that one.
Wow, a 2-out error on a little routine pop fly, and the Panthers have got the lead 8-6.
And you know what? Cancino had her pitch. That was a fastball right down the middle of the plate.
And missed it.
She missed it. She got underneath it.
Hit it hard enough.
Yep.
So Salazar now at the plate. Good day at the plate for Salazar. A sacrifice, a walk, and a single. But down in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. But the Panthers with a big 2-out error by the second baseman. The Panthers have taken the lead 8-6. 3 runs here in the 7th. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Salazar. Gonzalez, Upton, and Dominguez have all scored for the Panthers. The 1-2 pitch backs her off, 2-2.
You know, Maury, I know they've done this the last couple of years, but I really do not like the format now that they have to play where they end up playing district games so early in their season.
They've done it the last couple of years.
Yeah,
yep.
And it seems to me like
2-2 pitch, lifted foul out of the reach of the first baseman. Count holds it to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
And I know why they do it. I mean, the athletic directors are sitting there in their meeting, and they're talking about they have to make sure that they finish by the and allow for a date to have a playoff for any kind of district ties and stuff. I understand that. And they got to give them time to have their tournaments. But there's got to be another way to get through something so you don't have to play the first week of the season, this big district game.
2-2 pitch is fouled back into the screen. Eight to 6 is your new score. Panthers have scored 3 runs here in the 7th. Ileana Salazar backs out. Now steps back in, awaits the 2-2 pitch. Full count. Runner should be in motion with 2 outs. Dominguez at second, Casino at first. Payoff pitch coming to Salazar. And the pitch. Ground ball, second baseman in. Over the first for the put out. 4-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. But for the Panthers in that inning, 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 left on base. After 6.5, Medina Valley 8, McCollum 6. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
Welcome back to Panther softball as we head to the bottom of the 7th. McCollum will send to the plate 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Ramirez, Hughes, and Rodriguez. Trista Miller back in the circle for Medina Valley for her 4th inning of work. First pitch for Miller is a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch, changeup, foul back. No balls and 2 strikes on Ramirez. The 0-2 pitch. Ball is lifted in the left field for a base hit. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Stand-up double for Ramirez. Safe on the throw. Panthers fell asleep. Ramirez goes to third base. That's going to bring up Devlin Hughes. Hughes is 1 for 3. Fielder's choice single, scored a run, drove in a run, and then popped up to the the first baseman, Burris, with a great play behind the bag going into foul ball territory. The run at third makes no difference right now for the Panthers if they have a 2-run lead. Even on a ball hit to the infield, don't worry about it. Get the runner out at first. You'll take an out to give up a run here. As Coach Pintello makes a visit out to the mound, probably to go over just that right now. Devlin Hughes, 1 for 3. No RBI and a run scored. Runner at third. Nobody out. 8-6 in favor of the Panthers as McCollum bats here in the bottom of the 7th. Miller delivers. Ball low, 1 ball and no strikes.
One thing that needed to be echoed there was that this run means nothing.
That's exactly what I said.
Let's just concentrate on getting the
You're
next
taking
batter
out. You're taking out to give up that run.
Absolutely.
1 ball and 1 strike now is the count.
What do they say? You need to minimize the damage here. Right now, there hasn't been any damage.
Not yet.
That's what you got to have in your mind. Let's just get outs.
1 ball and 1 strike to use. Nobody out. Panthers up by 2. Runner at third with no outs. The 1-1 pitch. That ball is a shot down the left field line, but will go foul. Hughes just could not hold up enough on that one. Just a long strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No quit in these Cowgirls, I'm telling you. Been a great ball game tonight. The 1-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in the infield. Burris calls for it, makes the play at first base for out number 1. Big out.
Perfect pitch.
Perfect pitch, exactly. Away from Hughes.
Well, it was off speed inside, and it looked like a curveball away. And all she could do with it was hit the end of the bat with it.
I'm going to bring up Roslyn Rodriguez. Rodriguez broke the tie, the 5-5 tie, and put McCollum ahead 6-5. But the Panthers with 3 runs in the 7th. First pitch to Rodriguez is a strike called. No balls and 1 strike.
There again, this is one you don't want to make any mistakes to.
Nope.
You can live with her getting a base hit, but don't make a mistake where she can get one up in the cyclone that's going on here right to left.
The 0-1 pitch. Swing, foul back. Miller ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. She had 2 strikes on her the time before when Rodriguez hit it Oppo for a home run.
She left something up a little bit.
The count was 1-2 and left it up, and Rodriguez drilled it over the right center field fence. Now Miller ahead in the count 0-2. Ball is lifted foul. Good pitch. Out and away from Rodriguez. Count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. Ramirez stands at third base, but that run means nothing right now with a 2-run lead. 1 out, the 0-2 pitch. Foul ball down the third base line.
I don't know if I'd throw those off-speed pitches inside like that.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Still no balls and 2 strikes. We'll replay 0-2 for the 3rd time.
But she got it in far enough that she couldn't do anything with it.
Got it off the handle.
Maybe you see a little fastball on the edge of the plate here, maybe off the plate a little.
The 0-2. Fastball right down the middle, a backwards K, a strikeout looking.
Or right down the middle.
For Rodriguez. Definitely wasn't looking for that heater right over the middle.
And actually, Maury, the catcher, Renslow,
was set up
high.
Yeah.
She wanted the pitch high, and it went low. When you go high, we go low.
Emma Quintero at the plate. Quintero is 0 for 2, a walk, a fly out, and a strikeout.
No, she didn't go on that one.
First pitch, they checked the swing, no swing. Left-handed hitter in Quintero. 0 for 2. Scored the 2nd run of the ball game for McCollum. The 1-0 pitch. Lifted down the third base line, will drift foul out of play. Evens the count at 1. So after Americo Ramirez led off with a double, reached third on a throwing error. Miller has a pop-up to Burris at first and a strikeout to retire 2 outs. So we mentioned the run at third means nothing with Panthers with a 2-run lead. Miller with a 1-1 count on Quintero. Righty versus lefty is the matchup. Foul back into the screen. McCollum down to their last strike. See if Miller can get another K here to end this ball game. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Miller with the 1-2 delivery. Off-speed pitch. Just got enough of it, Quintero, to keep that bat alive.
Renslow just couldn't squeeze that one.
Nope, it's just a little bit out of reach.
Good pitch, but good job of staying alive.
Oh, absolutely. Good job by Quintero keeping this at-bat alive. She's fouled off 2 tough pitches in a row. The 1-2 pitch. Just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good location there, though. Was not going to allow Quintero to turn on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. The money pitch. Swing and a miss.
Did I call that one?
That's the ball game. The Panthers have snuck out a win here.
And that's the ball game.
For McCollum, no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. The complete ball game now for Medina Valley with a win in the first game in district, 8-6. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab, posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado, posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Medina Valley escapes with an 8-6 ball game. Panthers with 3 runs in the 7th inning. The big play in the ball game was a 2-out error by McCollum's second baseman and allowed 2 runs to score with 2 outs. Or we'd probably be 6-6, probably heading into extra innings. But nevertheless, the Panthers come through with a big win here to start district play, 8-6. And, Jeff, the hits were 7 for Medina Valley, 7 for McCollum. The big one for McCollum is the base on balls, which didn't actually hurt Guerrero, but she threw a lot of pitches. 11 base on balls. Only 3 of them came around and scored. But the Panthers with 9 strikeouts by Panther pitching, and that will be the final in the ball game. Medina Valley comes away with an 8-6 lead, and Jeff will give you the player of the game and the reasons why she's the player of the game.
Yeah, and the player of the game is sponsored by
Travel by Design.
Travel by Design. Give Travel by Design a call if you're looking for a trip, and I'm sure everybody's bound to be looking for a trip.
After that snowvid.
The snowvid and everything going on in the world, things are starting to open back up. But give Tanya a call with Travel by Design. But the player of the game is going to be Lauren Hendrickson. And Lauren Hendrickson is going to be the player of the game because she gave up 1 earned run. She did give up there were 5 runs scored, but the job of a starting pitcher in baseball, softball, whichever it may be, is to keep your team in the game. And Maury, she left with a 5-5 game.
Right.
So she
and
did
4 out of the 5 runs were unearned.
4 unearned runs because of errors. I think you get that cleaned up, and if you want to continue to use Lauren as a starter and bring in your number 1 as a closer to finish out the second half of the game, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage with that.
Your options are a lot better.
Right, and Lauren's going to get better and better. So our player of the game tonight, the Travel by Design player of the game, is going to be Lauren Hendrickson for her starting pitching tonight.
And with that said, I want to thank all of our sponsors, but because without y'all, this broadcast will not be possible. And patronize those sponsors. Tell them you heard it on Medina Valley Broadcast Network. And, go in and tell them. That way they know that, hey, we're listening and we appreciate everything y'all do for the community. Because I mentioned without a lot of listeners tonight. And if you want to be a part, this is only the first broadcast. We still have boys baseball coming up yet, which we're going to try to bring you as many games as possible. And if you want to get part of this broadcast, be a part of it and be a part of Panther Athletics, contact Jeff Stivers at 830-931-4504 or send him an email at Jeff Stivers, Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Jeff at MVBN.
Jeff at MVBN.
Yep.
And he'll set you up with whatever kind of plan you need. There are plans for every type of business, big, small, how many times you want to be mentioned. And I want to thank those sponsors once again. We will not be on anymore this week because the girls and the boys have tournaments. So the next broadcast will be next week. Keep up with Medina Valley Broadcast Network for your next broadcast. For Jeff Stivers, I'm Maury Stein saying good night and God bless.